course, is part of it. The good backing that they have from their fans as we are set to go. Mark Miljevich and TJ Leaf. And Eugene Fisher will get this one underway. The tip controlled by Aaron Franti and the Panthers. Franti at left wing. Here's a 22-footer by Besson and good.
That's the way they started off last night. They stung the Speed Boys with a long bomb, and they've done the same thing. Now they're pressing.
Here's DeMart over to Hamilton. Dwayne drives the lane. Now goes to Paul Brentard, left wing. Out on top again to Aaron DeMart. Now Hamilton has it. Cross-court pass, and DeMart had to run to flag that one down. Aaron being watched by Franti. Now Emig out there near mid-court. Goes over to Hamilton. Hamilton dribbles out to his left. And the Cardinals being very deliberate, waiting for that good shot. Here's DeMart driving. Now bounce pass into the corner to Paul Brentar. Brentar into the corner. DeMart down low now. Miljevich, he's going to be called for traveling.
He had the move, and he had the opening, but he didn't turn and shoot it. Instead, he took another extra step.
So the Panthers up here 3-zip. Just a minute gone by the opening quarter. Franti pulls up for a 12-footer from the right side. He's got it. Ewen-Trout Creek 5-0. Almost a carbon copy of the way they started last night.
Same thing. Come down, hit it right away, and I'll let you play catch up.
Here's DeMart now penetrating. Bounce pass inside. It's going to be knocked away, and Bessinen will control. Brad has it across the timeline. Right wing now gets a move around Hamilton, gets a shot up and in, and it'll go.
Bucket's going to count.
And a three-point play opportunity now as the foul will go on Aaron DeMart.
If you don't cut them off when they penetrate, they'll drive right in on you.
Brad Bessinen, 10 out of 11 from the line last night. 25 points.
I see the knee that got cut last night is bandaged again tonight.
Maybe an old football injury as Brad converts the three-point play. He's got 6, and it's now 8-0 as some backcourt pressure broken with a long pass to DeMart. Pump fake puts the shot up too hard, and the rebound will be controlled by Leaf. Over to Aaron Franti. Franti left wing, Bessinen. Looking down low, nothing there, so he goes back outside to Franti. Franti dribbling now at right wing. 6 minutes left in the quarter, 8-0 Panthers. Here's Bessinen down low. Moylan in turnaround from 5 will miss the mark, and the rebound comes out to Paul Brentar. And over to Dwayne Hamilton. Hamilton pulls up, open 3 from the top is going to be off the mark, and the rebound comes to Bessinen. And Brad will take it on and dribble across the timeline. Goes corner left, Moylan and open for the 3. That's short. The rebound will come to Hamilton. And he's going to get some instructions from Gary Goda as he crosses the timeline. Hamilton now left wing to Brentar, down low to Miljevich. Nice move this time, puts it up and in.
Oh, he left TJ Leaf parked in the alley and drove right around him and scored. A good move.
Here's on the other end, Franti going in off the glass. He'll get the bucket. Well, we'll have to wait and see, but I think the bucket will go as Gene Fisher will tell us who the foul is on. John Emig will pick up the foul, and the bucket goes, and Franti now has 4. And Emig picks up the first foul. Second team foul first on John. And the 5'11 junior Aaron Franti goes to the line, hits the free throw. He's got 5. So a 3-pointer and 2 3-point plays and a field goal, and it's 11-2 in favor of Ewen-Trout Creek. Here's DeMart across the timeline. And in the game now is James Kyle, up 5'9 sophomore. He gets a bounce pass over to Emig. Now DeMart with it. Out on top to Hamilton. Cross-court, DeMart open for a 3. It's going to fall short, and the rebound comes to Moylanen. Over to Brad Bessinen. Bessinen, 18-footer on the way. That's off the iron, no good. But the offensive board by Avedijan will not fall, but he's fouled.
One thing about the Panthers, they're not afraid to put it up.
Oh, they certainly are.
And when you lead 11-2, there's no way that the Cardinals can play too much slow-down basketball.
Nope, they got to
play a little deliberate, but you can't play its walkathon.
Right, the tempo has pretty well been established early here by the Panthers. 4:37 left in the quarter. They're up 11-2. As Aaron DeMart has picked up his second foul, Nathan Abedesian hits the first free throw. So the lead now is 12-2. And the 6'2" senior hits the second one. So a 13-2 lead for ETC. Backcourt pressure. Miljevic helping out in the backcourt. Now goes cross-court, stolen away by Abedesian. And Abedesian pulls up from the free throw line, misses the 15-footer, and Kyla grabs the rebound. Over to Hamilton. He wants timeout. 4:23 left in the first. 13-2. Panthers, let's pause for 1 minute. Now we'll take TJ Leaf's spot out on the floor as the Panthers get set defensively. The Cardinals, as you said, Harry, they can't play the same run and gun style, but they can't be doing the slowdown that they played last night. They've got to find a happy medium there somewhere.
Yeah, they got to plug away and try to catch up at the same time and still not make it a helter-skelter game. I think Bessemer got caught up with the Panthers run and gun style of play, and maybe it hurt him a little bit.
I think going inside to Miljevic might be something that Gary Goda has in mind, as right now they're still in the backcourt after the inbounds pass to Mark. Double team now gets it over to Mark.
Well, they're trapping him in a backcourt as they near the timeline. And the thing that Wakefield has to watch out for is that little cross-court pass, maybe a half-court pass that they pass crossways. The Panthers have 3 men out in front, and that's what they're looking for.
Here's Kyle at right wing and throws it away. Here's Frandy coming back, lead pass to Abedesian. He'll grab it on the fly, lay it up and in.
Well, that's where it was. He set the little pass again, and the pass was too slow, and Frandy intercepted, and they scored 2.
Here's DeMart on the underhand scoop shot, no good, and Moylan and outlets to Frandy. Here's a 3 on the way by Abedesian. That's going to be short, but it's deflected right back to Nathan in the corner. Here's Moylan and 17-footer. That's going to roll home.
That last rebound on that air ball shot should have been grabbed by the Cardinal defenders back there. They were there, and they didn't hustle for the ball.
17-2, Ewen-Trout Creek. Here's a pass picked off in the lane by Bessinen, and Brad fires it up to Justin Borseth. He's going to be called for traveling. So the break does not work this time, but early in the game here, 3:12 left in the first, and the Panthers up by 15.
Yeah, they're smoking on all cylinders now. They're still putting a little pressure in the backcourt. The dribble already stopped.
Here's Hamilton. Kyla will get it across the timeline. Gets the bounce pass over to Aaron DeMart, and it's knocked out of bounds by Justin Borseth.
The thing with the Panther ball club right now, they're hustling on both ends. And they're picking up the tempo on defense and tightening the screw a little bit more out in front.
Here's the long pass to Aaron DeMart. Nearly an over and back, but he got it in the back court. Now comes across, goes left wing. Hamilton back to DeMart, top of the key. He'll fire up a 23-footer, and he's got it.
Everybody oohs and ahs at these three-pointers of nowadays, 19.5 feet. In days gone by, when Leezy Wilson or Tony Trolla Sr. crossed the timeline, the two-handed bomb would fly from midcourt.
As you said, it only counted for 2.
Right.
It should have counted for 4. Here's a low post feed, and Moylan, I think, dribble it off his foot, and it'll go out of bounds. And we'll see what kind of an impact that three-pointer by DeMart has. Maybe the Cardinals can try to crawl back into it a bit here. They're down by a dozen, 17-5, 2:20 left in the quarter. Hamilton is fouled now at midcourt. And I don't know if it was Aaron Frandy that got him. It was. That is number 1 and the first team foul on the Panthers. So DeMart will inbound. And you'll have to hurry. Gets the bounce pass in to Hamilton. Now Abedesian going for the steal. Gets left behind the play, but he comes back. Now left wing, DeMart has it. Bounce pass to Hamilton. He had the 3 but didn't take it. Now Kyla has it at right wing. Back to Hamilton. They're trying to
playing a little man up now. They're doing a little chasing.
And Borseth man-to-man on Miljevic. Are looking for Mark, but so far Borseth and now Abedesian helping out. Here's a high post feed to Emig. Back to Hamilton. He will take one. This is a two-pointer, and it's good.
Yeah, he just stepped over the line.
So that's 5 straight for the Cardinals, who've cut it to 10 now, 17-7. Here's Bessinen going down low to Moylan. Turnaround on the way from 5 is good.
Yeah, he didn't put it on the floor. He just turned around and shot it up.
Big mismatch there as Aaron DeMart listed at 5'9", Jeremy Moylan at 6'1". They might try to work on that a lot, as a blocking foul now will go against Nathan Avedisian.
Every once in a while, the Panthers will kind of ease off a little bit, and the opponent catches up, and then all of a sudden they shift into another gear and are off and running again.
Now, Avedisian checks out of the game, and TJ Leaf will check back in at the 121 mark, 19-7. Ewen-Trout Creek. Kyle took the inbounds pass, and Frandy stripped it away. Now Frandy comes back front court to Moylan and gets a little pick from Leaf, puts it up, no good. Miljevic with the rebound. Very subdued crowd here after the early start by the Panthers.
Well, I think there's too many neutrals in here. You know, the Panther crowd across, you can watch them react. Wakefield crowd off to our right, a little quiet. Off to our left, some Wakefield, but also a lot of the neutrals.
Right. Here's Kyle trapped on the baseline, and his foot was in the paint, so the 3-second violation is called. 51.6 seconds left in the half. The Cardinals made that little run there. They got 5 straight, and kind of like last night, Ewen-Trout Creek had that little lull there where I don't know if the intensity didn't drop, but they kind of caught their emotional breath. Here's Bessinen firing up a long 3, no good. Frandy on the rebound puts it up and in.
Frandy's picked up the tempo of his game tonight.
He has. He's got 7. I think he had 12
right.
as a total last night. 21-7 the score. Here's DeMart dribbling through 3 Panthers. Now gets over to Hamilton, to Emig. Emig at left wing. John on the dribble now, gets it over to Kyla. James goes on top to Aaron DeMart, down to 10 seconds left. DeMart will fire up a flat-footed 3 that's in and out. The rebound will be out of bounds, but standing out of bounds was Brad Bessinen.
Wakefield's going to get the ball underneath their own basket with 7.2 seconds to go in the quarter, and they've got a good chance to add to their total of 7.
Be an emotional lift if they could convert here before the buzzer. Here's the inbounds pass. Well, now it comes in Hamilton to DeMart. They've got 5. And DeMart's going to have to hurry. He will fake, now put an off-balance shot up, and he's called for traveling at the top of the key. So the Panthers now will have 1.9 seconds.
They still had time. I think he shot too quick.
Yeah, he was off balance when he took the shot. Tried to draw contact, I think, but instead traveled. Here's Leaf midcourt. Bessinen will just fling it up. It'll be short. 21-7, Ewen-Trout Creek after 1 second quarter action in 1 minute.
They get a tough time there. They didn't have an easy night their opening night.
Yeah, that's first regional tournament beginning with Class C next Thursday at CB Hedgecock Fieldhouse.
Yeah, and a reminder, they clean you out after 1 game and you got to pay to get back in.
That's right. Here's a bounce pass as we start quarter number 2, and it's not handled by Hamilton underneath, and the turnover gives it back to the Panthers, who lead here 21-7. Opening moments of the second quarter.
I think Gary Goda's pleading with his ball club. Hey, when you get it across the timeline, you get it on the offensive end, you got to at least get a shot before you give it up.
Right. Here's Bessinen now driving left baseline, goes underneath, feeds inside. Borseth puts it up, won't go, and I think Justin's going to get a foul over the back of Mark Miljevic on the rebound. Gary Aho and Harry Rizzi here from the Lindquist Center at Gogebi Community College, as Justin does pick up the foul for the Panthers. That is his first, the 13th foul. In that first quarter, Aaron Frandy led the Panther attack with 7. Brad Bessinen added 6 more as they opened up a early lead of 13-2 before the Cardinals called timeout, and they lead here 21-7. Here's Kyle for the Cardinals, out to DeMart. Now Emig getting a screen to DeMart. Hamilton down low to Miljevic. Turn around, the shot will go, and he's fouled. Spun around and dropped home.
Well, that's one of the few spinners we've seen go in.
Right. That's probably the way those Dairy Queens are made, those whips.
Yeah, right.
They watch the basketball spinning around the room.
Of course, I'm a Dilly Bar fan myself.
Yeah, see the A.D. Johnston gym is filled with those. And
oh yeah, right. I sit in the dilly bar section.
well, the free throw was short, but I think, what do we have here?
He didn't count the basket, or did he?
That's what Gary Goda's asking, and I think they did, so they hadn't put it up on the board.
I thought he pointed that it was good, but evidently they didn't pick it up at the scorer's table.
Okay, so that's the question. So the missed free throw does not count because, well, now Tom Caudill says, what's going on?
Tom Caudill and assistant Jerry Leaf, and on the other side it's Gary Goda, and brand new, young coach of the Wakefield Cardinals, Mark Lane. Done a pretty good job with the young kids, I understand.
Very competitive games when the Cardinals and Speed Boys have played. This one rolls off on the attempt, and Borseth with the rebound. Over to Aaron Franti. Franti at right wing, goes corner right. Here's a wide open three by Moylan, and no good, and Emig will corral the rebound in the corner. And Aaron DeMart comes across the timeline, 21-9.
Yeah, they're hanging in there.
Right, they've kept even since that early jump start the Panthers had. They were up 13-2 in about, in fact, I think they were up, 11-0 before the Cardinals scored. Here is Kyla, back outside to Emig. Now Dwayne Hamilton with it, goes down low to Miljevic. Back to Hamilton, jump shot from 12, off the glass, up and in.
Back in the ball game now.
21-11. And let's see how the Panthers' intensity level is now. Last night, about the same time, the Speed Boys had an opportunity and did cut the lead somewhat. And now the lead down to 10. Franti drives, goes in, and Miljevic will pick up the foul as Franti hits the floor. So Aaron will go to the line to shoot two, and that is the first on Miljevic.
When the offensive man makes a drive like that and comes underneath a big guy, the big guy's at his mercy. He's either going to foul him or get out of the way.
And a guy as big as Mark Miljevic, he doesn't have to hit you very hard, and you're getting yourself up from the green paint in the lane.
Well, but the only thing is they can ill afford to have him with too many. He's only got one, though, so he's in pretty good shape. Both teams are 4 fouls.
Aaron Franti hits the first free throw. He has 8 and make it 9. So he's the leading scorer for the Panthers, who go back up by a dozen, 23-11, 6 minutes left to go in the half. Here's Kyla in the front court. Sophomore getting some good floor experience in tournament play. Aaron DeMart, bounce pass after the fake, and it goes right into the hands of Brad Bessinen underneath. And the Panthers now slowing things up just a bit. They didn't have the opportunity to run and gun after that turnover. Here's Leaf in the right-hand corner. Now the ball kicked by Emig. And the Panthers will inbound once again. Winner of this game will take on the Mid-Peninsula Big Beta Knock. Winner will play, I believe it's 2 o'clock, 1 Central Time tomorrow afternoon in Eben. Here's an inbounds pass, the alley-oop to Moylanen, and he'll draw the foul as the shot doesn't fall.
Of course, it gives both districts a chance to scout each other.
Right.
I mean, if you anticipate a victory tomorrow, or both coaches could ride together to come and watch this one, and whoever wins out of here can go watch them tomorrow.
And Aaron DeMart has just picked up his 3rd foul. He's talking to Gary Goda now as Moylanen's free throw is good. And Jeremy now with 5 on the night. And Moylanen gets them both. He's got 6. Superior Central making it to the state finals last year, and they gave Mid-Peninsula all they could handle the other night before losing in overtime. Now we've got Hamilton in the front court. He's fouled. I think Nathan Abedesian got him. And that
he's the one who got it.
That will be number 2 on Nathan, the 4th team foul. 25-11, Ewen-Trout Creek, as Kyla will take the inbounds pass. James drives, goes into the corner, almost had it taken away by Moylanen. And now Hamilton comes back out to DeMart. Mart drives in the lane, fade away, and he's called for traveling. So the turnover gives it back to the Panthers, who lead by 14 here. Aaron Franti, who's really come on strong since early in the season. I don't think he started a whole lot in the first month in December. Now a pass intended for Moylan on the baseline, but he was tied up underneath, and it goes out of bounds back to the Cardinals.
Yeah, I think they got their feet crossed up there a little bit. He couldn't make his break, and of course Franti had already released the ball.
Here's Hamilton now for the Cardinals. Emig. Back to Hamilton. He had a wide open three. Instead goes into the corner to Kyle. A long pass now to Emig into the left-hand corner. DeMart will drive the baseline, puts the shot up, no good. Miljevic with the rebound. He's fouled by Moylan. And Jeremy will pick up the foul. That is his first. Mark Miljevic will go to the line to shoot two.
4:34 left in this one, and a 14-point spread, which doesn't really tell a story. This ball game really feels closer than 14 points.
Just that first minute or two as Miljevic hits the first free throw. And Mark now with 5 on the night. First couple of minutes, Ewen-Trout Creek hit a three-pointer from Brad Bessinen, hit another field goal, and it was 5-0 the first 30 seconds. Good hustle by Kyle. Feeds underneath to DeMart. He lays it up and in.
Good job by the youngster. Made the rebound, ducked underneath two guys, fed the ball off. 2 points for the Wakefield Cardinals. They're down by 11.
That's a good play on any level, but somebody that's got the playing time only in the tournament play here and late in the season.
Well, those guys off the B team are never nervous. You notice that? They play calmer than the veteran does.
I've noticed that they do. Here is a shot by Franti, in and out, and the rebound to Emig. Now Aaron DeMart almost ran over his teammate Dwayne Hamilton as he gets it into the front court, 25-14.
The Panthers have taken their backcourt pressure off.
They may go back to that if this lead gets any closer. Here's Kyle, a free throw line. Miljevic open high. Archer will go. Miljevic with 7. Here's a long pass front court. Franti will fire up a three that's off the mark. Miljevic with the rebound. Over to Aaron DeMart.
Cardinals and their fans have come alive.
25-16 now. They're inching back into it. And they're doing it with not a slowdown, not as slow as last night, but they are very selective and taking good shots right now. Here's Emig, top of the key. Over to Hamilton. Now DeMart has it. Aaron goes into the corner to Kyle. Kyle, a double team, gets the bounce pass, high post. Miljevic to Emig. Emig now to DeMart at right wing, and decided not to go into the corner to Kyle.
Emig's not used to shooting. He doesn't even look up at the basket, but last night he drilled a 16-footer, which was a big hoop at the time.
Right, he ended up with 3 big field goals. They came at crucial times last night. Now we've got a double dribble call on Dwayne Hamilton. And the Panthers, I believe, have called timeout. So with 2:50 left in the half and our score 25-16, Ewen-Trout Creek. Let's pause for 30 seconds.
So far.
Where was it at?
Newberry.
Huh?
Newberry.
Newberry.
Yeah. Well, the Houghton Gremlins hockey team, incidentally, is in the state finals. So that team is doing very well.
And Marquette was leading 2-0 in the first period.
You must have been watching TV6 too.
Yeah, I had to check in. Me and my old friend Mike Ludlum.
Here's a ball tipped away by Emig, and it's going to be picked up by Hamilton. So the Cardinals have a bit of a roll going, trailing by 9, 25-16. Houghton blanking team from Flint Powers, I believe. It was 5-0 today down in Flint. Here's a low post feed to Miljevic, and an offensive foul is called as he backed into Nathan Abedesian.
That was one of those excuse me, I backed into you fouls.
Well, the Cardinal fans don't like it. Gary Gold is shaking his head, but that's number 2 on.
Well, I think I would have shook mine too.
Shake something. Here's Borseth, right wing, top of the key. Bessinen now going from right to left, looking down low, now finds Jeremy Moylan deep in the left-hand corner. Moylan goes inside, Borseth, free throw line, now Franti. Into the right-hand corner, Abedesian with it now. Nathan out on top to Bessinen. Down to a minute 50 left in the half, 25-16. Now the hook pass underneath, and Bessinen from Borsett plays it up and in. 8 points for the 6'1 senior Brad Bessinen. 27-16. The Cardinals now finally get it across the timeline as Bessinen and Frandy do some trapping. Now Emig go back to DeMart. Aaron looks right and left and goes instead to Emig. Now Kyla goes down low, and the feed to Emig. Free throw line jumper is no good. The rebound, Frandy. And Aaron pushes it up court quickly now. Looks, finds Borsett left wing. Here's Avedisian wide open. 22-footer won't go, and Emig with the rebound. Yeah, there's a bump there by Moylan in the same type, but
Gary Goda's been complaining that the officials are letting him go. And once Wakefield gets a rebound, they're being run into.
Here's Hamilton driving the lane, puts it up too hard, and the rebound deflects over to Avedisian. Bounce pass now to Bessinen on the fly, and he puts it up and in.
Kyla had braced himself looking for the charge, and the veteran Bessinen just slid right by him and laid it up and in.
So the lead now swells to 13, 29-16. Here's a pass to Miljevic, back to DeMart. 30 seconds remaining in the half. Now into the right-hand corner, Kyla with it. Bessinen watching him. Kyla drives in, and the shot blocked by Moylan. As James Kyla giving up about 4 inches there, but kind of a bad position trying to straddle that baseline and get the shot out.
He's had some openings out of the corners, and he hasn't taken the shot.
I think Gary Goda may have told him, if you see the opening, go for it. Now DeMart on the inbounds pass to Miljevic, little 5-footer from the baseline. Nice touch by Milji. He's got 9. 29-18, 15 seconds left in the half. Here's Frandy looking for Moylan on the baseline as a mismatch again with Aaron DeMart. Now Bessinen has it at left wing, 5 seconds left. Borsett over to Frandy. Aaron will penetrate the lane, puts the shot up, and it'll go, and it counts. Well, the rims must have been greased on that one. That one slid all the way around, and Frandy kind of penetrated, and the Cardinals standing their ground, and the foul will go.
I'd swear that one walked up the side of the net and rolled over the top and in. There was no doubt that when it left his hand, it wasn't going to make it.
Oh, and Aaron DeMart has just picked up his 4th.
Wow. That'd be tough on the Redbirds if he fouls out.
And the free throw drops for Frandy.
And so they get the big break and score the field goal and get the free throw.
And that'll end the half. The shot. So it's 31-19. Ewen-Trout Creek at halftime. We'll be back to recap the scoring in 1 minute.
The 22-2 record, and if you missed it, Bessemer scores were on all morning, and the Speed Girls lost to West Iron County 2-1.
Okay, thanks, Harry. And the first bucket of the second half is made by Aaron Frandy of the Panthers, and we'll explain something here in a minute. I usually add up my scores correctly, but they had taken that last Aaron Frandy free throw.
Well, what they did was they had put the free throw on the wrong side.
Right. And on the other end of the court, Mark Miljevic hits a little 5-footer, so things opening up early here, 34-20. We had said the score at halftime earlier may have been 31-19, but it was actually 32-18 because the score was put on the Cardinals side. Here's Moylan, 5-footer in the lane, that's good.
And now we're going to exchange basket time. Start off a fast third quarter.
Here comes Kyla for the Cardinals across the timeline, pulls up at right wing. 36-20 our score from the left-hand corner. Paul Brentar in and out with the long bomb, and the rebound Borsett over to Brad Bessinen. Bessinen, right wing, lost the handle, and it's going to be picked off by Dwayne Hamilton. Hamilton now across the timeline for Wakefield. Avedisian goes to pick him up, and Hamilton loses the handle, gets it back. Right wing, here's Miljevic, a little bit out of his range, goes inside to Emig, back outside to Miljevic. He'll pull up for a 15-footer, it's off the mark, but Emig gets the rebound, puts it back up, no good, taps it up and in.
Yeah, he did a little volleyball himself there that time. Looked like he got it over the net and then put it back up over the net again.
So Emig's first two cuts the lead to 14 again at 36-22. Moylan feeds down low, and And what do we have? Foul. John Emig with the blocking call. That is the second on John, the first team foul in the second half on the Cardinals as Borseth inbounds to Bessinen. And they go down low on the baseline, and Moylan almost lost the handle. Now he's called for traveling. Besides that, the ball came back down, hit him on the head.
Yeah, right. Well, let's see if the Cardinals can take advantage of this. Down by 14.
6 minutes left here in this third quarter. Panthers have led since the outset here. They got off to a quick 13-2 lead. Here's Kyle left baseline. And he'll pull up. Now goes cross court. Emig wide open from 12. It looked good, but it rolls off. And Miljevic with the rebound inside puts it up and in. Miljevic now has 13. He was 4 for 4 from the floor in the first half. Bessinen with a long three from right wing. Yeah, it might be Brad's time again.
I think the danger of the three-point shooter is that the defender has to put his hand up. You got to distract him some way. You let a guy like Bessinen shoot out there, and he'll eventually drill him home and drill you right out of the ballpark.
13 now for the 6'1 senior. Here's a feed down inside. Miljevic, little hook
nice
up
move.
and in.
Nice move.
Thought he was going to use the glass that time, but he just...
Nice little hook shot. Miljevic only a junior, you know.
Right. Here's Bessinen driving inside. Little layup off the glass underneath. Puts it up and in.
Well, he got forced too far underneath the basket. He just put the ball from the right hand to the left hand and laid it off the glass. Beautiful move again.
And Brad now has 15 to take over the scoring lead. Here's Brentar double teamed in the corner. He'll fire it out to Hamilton. And he, I think, lost the handle. It just slipped right out of his hand, goes out of bounds, squirted out of there. And the turnover gives it back to the Panthers, who are up 15. And timeout, Gary Goda for the Cardinals. 41-26. We'll be back in a minute. Interesting, I think it was, 1981-82 when the Panthers went through an undefeated regular season. And Dave Bessinen was on that team. And then in the 70s, his father, Brian Bessinen, was part of that state title team back in 72. So there's tradition in the works here for ETC as Avedisian, 15-footer in and out. Moylan and tips, but it goes over the rim, and Miljevic with the rebound.
The names from out of the past, they continue to rise to the surface in ETC land.
Right, they sure do. 41.
The home of UP basketball.
And here's, Moylan had picked the ball loose, but they say a reach-in foul on Jeremy. That will be his second. Well, they're out there in the summer. The court's right next to the ballpark.
Yeah. And the doors are open.
Right, they can go in the...
And the older kids help the younger kids, and it all works down until you're all part of a big chain of basketball talent.
And right there, Dwayne Hamilton could not get the inbounds pass in as the Panthers, playing good, tight defense, didn't allow the opening.
You know, you drift back to 1972 and that undefeated squad. You look down on that first row, and almost every one of those older fans were on that trip.
That's right, you made that trip, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, there's a little snow on the roof for some of them now, but I got a little snow too, so it doesn't make any difference.
Well, I got to see that one on television.
Yeah, that was a great thrill. We were down and had a chance to do the championship game at the old Jennison Fieldhouse, when the Panthers weren't supposed to win.
I recall that game. They had such a big lead in the first half. The second string had a chance to play. Here's Justin Borseth as he hits the first free throw. The foul went on Mark Miljevic.
Well, Rudy almost put me in that ball game. He figured I could hold my own.
Justin's first 2 points of the night. They come from the line, opening up a 17-point margin at the 4-minute mark, 43-26. David Brentar in the game now for the Cardinals, and a blocking foul. Jeremy Moylan has got to be careful. He said a few words, and the foul goes on Jeremy. That's all he'll get is a personal foul.
Gary Goda's pleading his case that he thinks there should be a T involved.
And he might get one for pleading.
Yeah, you never know. Foul was called by Gary Peterson. He's your cousin, isn't he?
That's right. He's a relative. I think I'll have to talk to him about that call or non-call. Here comes Aaron Franti now. He comes back, and the ball tipped away from Bessinen and Hamilton. Here comes Miljevic. Wide open. He will go in and miss the shot. But the Cardinals will get it back.
And the Cardinals get the ball back.
The black and gold on the other side.
Well, you know, he heard footsteps. He is not a speed merchant, and he heard somebody come thundering behind him, and he didn't use the glass. He tried to go up on a rim.
I thought for a while he may try to dunk it. Here's Kyla now in the inbounds bounce, left-hand corner, back to Miljevic. Emig out at left wing. Emig on the drive, off-balance shot from 10 is short, and the rebound hauled down by TJ Leaf.
Emig seems to be holding back on his shot.
He is. Here's Bessinen firing up another three. And he now with 18 points. Brad Bessinen has 8 here in this third quarter.
That's what you call a swisher. Took the net and put it right around the rim.
He did that on the fly, too.
It's an old-time swisher.
Here comes Kyla into the corner now to David Brentar. Back to Kyla, open from 15, off the mark, and the rebound, Borseth. Aaron Frandy on the fly, but Justin didn't see him in time. Here's Bessinen now driving inside, off the glass, up and in.
Beautiful. Just got up on the ladder and stayed up in the air and just banked it off the glass.
Now we've got a technical. Well, he's pointing toward Gary Goda, and I think judging from his expression, or either that or the bench.
Technical foul called, I believe, and that's going to clear it out at the free throw line. Eugene Fisher going over and explaining the situation to Gary Goda, and now Bessinen will go to the free throw line with the technical. 2:49 in the third, 48-26, the Panthers.
And they really open it up as the first free throw is good now by Brad Bessinen. 11 in this quarter alone. He's got 21 for the game now. And he hits the 50 mark as the second one goes.
You know, you put what you said, a former free throw shooting champion on the free throw line to shoot a pair for you, and it just bang, bang, there's 2 more.
Right,
you might as well give him the field goal at first.
Start marking him in the book before they shoot him.
Yeah. Well, one thing I noticed in Panther kids, not only the boys, the girls, excellent free throw shooters.
Here's the alley-oop from Bessinen to Frandy underneath.
Well, Frandy's not that tall, and you don't kind of expect an alley-oop pass to a guy like him, but they all evidently practice that.
And Frandy now has a shot inside. That was Whitley who's entered the game. Ryan Whitley, a 6-foot sophomore. And the shot no good. It goes out of bounds back to the Cardinals. Frandy now has 16 on the night. Here is Hamilton. He'll fire the inbounds pass into Paul Brentar. Into the corner now to Hamilton. 52-26. Hamilton open from 18. It's no good. And Whitley with the rebound gets it partially blocked by Leaf, and it's tipped back to Brentar. Free throw line jumper goes, and he's fouled by Bessinen. Paul Brentar gets his first points of the night. Well, a halftime score was 32-18, so it's 20-10 right now. It was 20-8 before that bucket that the Panthers have outscored the Cardinals, and there's still 2:13 left in the third.
Aaron DeMart's coming back in with his 4 fouls.
And Jeremy Moylan checks in for the Panthers, replacing Nathan Avedisian. And James Kyla will check out for Aaron DeMart. 52-28. As Paul Brentar, 5'11" junior, set with the free throw. He's got it. Now Frandy, the left wing, goes to Bessinen, down low to feed to Leaf, and it's too far in front of him. He saves it on, but DeMart has it. Now Aaron will take it across the timeline. Aaron picked up that 4th foul in the final seconds of the first half. Here's Brentar open from 15. That's short. Moylan with the rebound. Outlets to Frandy. Frandy pulls up free throw line. Jumper from there is good. Now Frandy picking up the slack. He's got 18. 54-29. Hamilton down low, and Whitley on the dribble. Double team puts it up. Call for traveling. And the Panthers have taken over here in this third quarter.
Yeah, they're having a big quarter.
They have scored 22 points to 11 for the Cardinals. Here's Moylan, a little bit too strong from the outside, and Miljevic with the rebound over to DeMart. Now DeMart has it, top of the key. And the pass deflected, but it goes over to Hamilton. Oh, a shot that won't fall for Hamilton. Whitley puts it up and in, and he's fouled. So Ryan Whitley now will go to the free throw line as he gets in the scoring column. And the foul is on Brad Besson, and that's his first. As Justin Borseth checks out of the lineup. Oh, they're changing that now. Justin's third foul. Took the old foul off the board. The free throw no good, and Frandy over to Besson, and here's a 23-footer on the way. That's too long, and the rebound will go out of bounds. Back to the Panthers. As they've opened it up here 54-31 with 47 seconds left in the third quarter. Inbounds pass comes to Frandy. Aaron pulls up in the lane, little 5-footer off the glass, up and in. Frandy now with 20 to go along with Bessinen's 22. That's 3/4 of the Panther total of 56. Hamilton gets a loose ball. Now it's knocked away in a tie-up. Possession arrow back with the Cardinals.
5 games, this is the 5th game in here. Very few possession arrow situation.
Right. Here's Brentar on the left baseline, and Paul drives and hits a little 10-footer. He's got 5 now, and all of them coming in this third quarter. On the other end, we've got a charging foul on Nathan Abedisian.
I think they were both moving. That's a courtesy foul.
Oh, Nathan picks up his third. Final 10 seconds of the quarter, 56-33 to Mart across the timeline. Aaron will try to get around Brad Besson and pulls up for a 10-footer off the glass, up and in. And the shot by Besson in three-quarter court, no good. 56-35 at the end of 3. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Over here.
Now 56-35 here as the Panthers in that third quarter, 24-17. And underneath, Jeremy Moylan lays it up and in.
They had that one planned.
No, they're off and running again. Moylan in double figures with 10. Underneath, Aaron DeMart drives and he's fouled. And we've got a 1-and-1 situation, I believe. Or do we? Nope, the next one will be. As DeMart now gets ready to inbound, nobody open. Kyla now frees himself in the right-hand corner. Drives in the lane, little 5-footers up and in. James Kyla gets his first points, making it 58-37.
Heard some good words about Kyla prior to the ball game. Good student, good kid. He likes to play the game.
Right, he's done well. Here's a shot by Abedisian that won't go, and Ryan Whitley, another sophomore, brought up for the Cardinals, gets the rebound. Over to Dwayne Hamilton. Hamilton on the baseline, off the glass, lays it up and in. And the Cardinals starting off with confidence here, cut it down to 19, 58-39. They haven't given up. Here's a bounce pass stolen away by Miljevic, and Miljevic at 6'4" brings it up. Now it goes over to Hamilton on the baseline, inside to Whitley, and we've got a reach-in foul, I think on TJ Leaf they'll call it. Now it is bonus time.
Number 24.
Oh, you're right. Oh, that is a new member of the Panthers, Eric Warachek, who's checked in, picking up his first. Ryan Whitley, 6-foot sophomore with a field goal. to his credit, will go to the line to shoot the 1-and-1. And it's going to be a little short. The rebound by Leaf. Outlets now to Bessinen. And Brad into the front court. Now drives the lane. Little 5-footer off the glass. I don't think he'd ever miss one of those.
Oh, he puts on the brakes and it looks like he just hangs there. You sure he's not standing on a ladder?
If it is, it's probably green. It'll blend in with the lane. Here's DeMart firing up a 25-footer, and he's got it. DeMart now in double figures with 10. Miljevic has 15 to lead the Cardinals. Here's Bessinen, three-pointer from the left side. This one won't go, and Avedisian gets the rebound. Goes right-hand corner with it. 60-42 our score. Panthers up 18 with 6:10 to go. Jeremy Moilanen goes down low and kind of into a traffic jam. Went over everybody's head and out of bounds. High school basketball on WYMI Ironwood and WUPY in Ontonagon. Gary Aho and Harry Rizzi with you from the Lindquist Center at Gogebic Community College.
The Big Bopper was on the first game on WY101, right? The Big Bopper?
Right. Bob Bob Peltola was over in Barriga tonight. Probably motoring back to the south end.
Oh, yeah. Maybe you got to do a little ricochet music tonight, huh?
Another foul called on Warachek, and Eric picks up his second. Yeah, about this time, Bob's probably back in Ontonagon County.
Does he have to work tomorrow?
I don't think on purpose, anyway.
Oh, okay. Maybe chop a little wood or something.
Yeah. And Kyla's first free throw is in and out. 60-42, the Panthers. As Kyla's second one goes. And James now has 3 on the night. Here's Warachek, three-pointer from the left-hand corner. Won't go. Miljevic gets high for the rebound. And DeMart will take it across the timeline.
Watch Warachek's dad across the way try to steer that one in.
Little body English.
Right.
Here's another 3 by DeMart. This one's in and out. And the rebound comes, it's loose. Randy had it. Now Hamilton will get it, but he's called for traveling. Well, the crowd right now kind of looks like they're waiting for something to cheer about.
Yeah, right. Those that are impartial, who they call them the neutrals before, they like to come at ball games. They're the great chip and dip with the jalapenos in them. Make me hungry to keep walking by with the tray full.
They're the ones that leave. Here's Warachek getting the roll on the bucket and the foul.
Yeah, and Dad liked that one.
And Eric gets in the scoring column, the 5'10 junior. Jim
Kivisto is the head chef here at the Gogebic Community College in the concession stand. He takes care of everything.
And he'll be taking care of the northern Wisconsin area with girls softball in just a couple of months. Free throw is good by Warachek. He completes a three-point play.
Warachek, you kind of mix him up with Franti a little bit, wouldn't you? They kind of build about the same haircuts.
24.
Same barber.
Oh, picked up by Moilanen on the inbounds pass, and then he had it deflected out of bounds.
Moilanen's probably got the top hairstyle in the District 127 tournament this year, wouldn't you think?
Yep, of all the players, and of course you know that you don't always have to look at the number to identify the kids, right. And Jeremy's hairstyle, probably the number one thing talked about in Agate Falls these days.
Is that right?
With that area.
Okay.
All right, we've got a timeout on the floor, 4:58 to go, 63-43 Panthers. Let's pause for 30 seconds. Now we're back here at the Lindquist Center, 4:58 to go, 63-43. The Panthers are just that far away from going 22-0 and a trip to the regionals next Friday night.
Well, that's tough going undefeated in a regular season.
It is. They had a couple of close calls with, they had the flu bug and had to go down to Lake Linden and they had to rally to win that one. Here's Borseth, fadeaway 3 will be short and it'll go out of bounds. Well, if things stay the way they are, Tom Cottle and Jerry Leaf and company will be going down to Eben Junction tomorrow. do some scouting. Here's a behind-the-back bounce pass. Moylan makes a nice play and saves it on for Bessinen. Over to Warchek, and I think Brad Bessinen wanted him to try to shoot the tray, but he didn't. Now Bessinen goes corner left to Borseth. Bates the bounce pass down low, and nice play by Kyle. Ties him up, and possession arrow with the red and white and black of the Cardinals. Well, been a good tournament, good following during all the games. Of course, last night, the Bessemer Ewen-Trout Creek, that may have been the biggest crowd for.
As Henry told me, it was 1,100 and some tickets for that one. Almost 700 for the first night, and tonight I'd say about 800 maybe. That's tickets sold. So it's been a success.
Dwayne Hamilton hit that last bucket. He now has 8, 63-45 midway through the fourth. Here's Bessinen, and 18-footer finds the bottom once again. He's got 26. And once again, that strong second half. He's got 16 of them here since the intermission. He had 17 in the second half last night. Here comes Hamilton in the front court now for the Cardinals. Here's a ball stolen away, and Aaron Frandy's on the breakaway. Hamilton's going to catch him, but it still drops in a foul. Aaron Frandy now with 22 on the night. Quite a tandem in the back court for the Panthers.
Oh yeah, they've done a great job here tonight. Tough to handle.
And the 5'11 junior.
I'd like to guard either one of them one-on-one.
No, thank you. Rather play in a 3-3 zone, and I'm the sixth man. And the free throw makes it 23 on the night in a 68-45 game. And what do we have? Looks like Jake Mackey getting ready to check in for the Panthers as DeMar takes it across the timeline. Aaron trying to find himself free for a three, but the Panthers defended well. Now DeMar back at the point. James Johnson in the game now for Wakefield. Johnson, a 5'10 junior. Here's a three-pointer in and out by DeMart. Battle underneath. Johnson fires it back, and Bessinen will pick it off. Brad will lose the handle on the ball, then goes over to Frandy. Back to Bessinen in the corner, standing on the line. Hits the 18-footer. 28 points for the 6'1 senior. 70-45 with 2:45 left to go. Cross-court pass stolen away by Moylan, and look out, here he comes, and he tried to dunk, and he couldn't quite get the elevation, missed the shot, but Bessinen gets the rebound, and he'll fire up a three. This one's good. 31 on the night.
Boy, he's deadly.
Well, if he likes C.B. Hedgecock as well as he likes the Lindquist Center, the other three Class D teams are in for trouble. Here's Kyle's three-pointer in and out. The follow by Whitley won't go. And the loose ball picked up by Franny. He's got Moylan in underneath, and his shot won't go. DeMart.
Well, he gave him the lead pass, but it was a little bit late, and he was too far under.
Here's a clean block by Moylan. That'll spring Justin Borseth free, and he had the ball knocked away by Kyla.
Yeah, he was looking to go up over the top of the rim, too, but Kyla made a good defensive play.
Good hustle by the young sophomore. 73-45. Now we've got some fresh blood in there as the Panthers are celebrating. Well, they won it last year in the House of Noise, and taking a look at these performers, I believe Aaron Frandy was up on the varsity already as a sophomore. Justin Borseth was playing against this team in the finals at Waters Meet. Of course, Brad Bessinen and Jeremy Moylan were there. Nathan Abedesian was there.
Well, they're celebrating. They know they've got it wrapped up.
So Jake Mackey will check in. Also in the lineup is Bill Melstrom, a 5'10 senior.
Kyla coming out gets a nice hand from the crowd. They've appreciated his efforts the last two nights.
He really hustles out there. Here's Mellstrom from the corner. His shot won't go, and the rebound comes to Warchek. Little 5-footer that won't drop. The follow-up is no good. And trying to pick up that number, that was Adrian Siebold. On the other end, we've got a whistle and a foul. 73-45. The Panthers now will await to see who they'll play next Friday at 4:30, 5:30 Eastern time at CB Hedgecock Fieldhouse. Either Mid-Peninsula or Big Badenoch, and both of those teams finish in the top 5 in Class D in the UPSSA voting. Aaron DeMart hits the first free throw. Aaron's got 11. And DeMart will be back as he hits his 12th point. Dwayne Hamilton will be back. Paul Brentar will be back, and Mark Miljevich will be back. So the Cardinals has a three-pointer from right wing. Goes for Todd Daniels, the 5'7" senior. Now DeMart fires one from 3. He won't get it, and in the game for the Cardinals now is Mark Ahonen. He can't save it back into play. As now Mike Singleton, a 5'9" senior, will check in as DeMart and Miljevich get a nice hand. Those two are the leading scorers with 15 and 11. 15 for Miljevich, 11 for Aaron DeMart. As Warchek now goes to Mellstrom. His 15-footer on the way will not quite come back and fall in, but he's fouled. And this one will go against Derek Manara. His first. And the first free throw is up and no good for Bill Mellstrom, 5'10" senior. 76-47 with 1:15 left to play. The second one goes. And Mellstrom has his first point of the night. Here's Manara into Singleton. His three-pointer on the way. That won't go. Long pass up court and drive. Whoa. A couple extra steps there, Adrian Siebold did, but you know what was on his mind. I think he wanted to bring that backboard down.
Yeah, he was going to go in there and crash, but he took a little hop, skip, and a jump. One too many. Well, 1:01 to go, Gary. We want to thank you for letting me sit with you this year after some time away, but you kind of enjoy this, you know.
Kind of gets in your blood, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, it's a pleasure having you, Harry, and it's been a good tournament. As the Panthers come up with a steal now, Mellstrom goes into the corner. His shot partially blocked by Manara, then it's knocked out of bounds. Any plans to go see the Panthers in Marquette?
Yeah, right. I'll be there. I'm going to leave Thursday morning when I get done with work and head out and come back sometime Monday. I'm going to make it a basketball, volleyball weekend.
Right, the regionals or the UP finals are being
finals, right?
In Escanaba.
In Escanaba on Saturday. I know one of the referees, so I'm going to go and harass her.
So your daughter lives down there.
Right.
And Adrian Siebold, the 6'4" junior, celebrates with the three-point play. 80-47. Here's Ahonen from the top of the key. Three-pointer won't go, and the rebound comes to Jake Mackey. Over to Mellstrom. And the ball now is going to be grabbed by Warchek. Two Panthers on the other end. Mackey says, I'll take the 10-footer. It won't go, and Ahonen gets the rebound for the Cardinals. And we've got a backcourt foul, I believe, that'll go against Warchek.
Don't forget, if you're going to the CB Hedgecock Fieldhouse, Thursday it'll be Class C day. And it'll be a 4:30 and a 7 o'clock game, I guess, somewhere like that. They clear you out. And Ewen-Trout will play on Thursday at 4:30 Central Time.
Friday.
I mean, Friday.
Friday. Yeah.
Friday. 4:30 Central Time.
As Ahonen's free throw is in and out, the rebound is going to be up no good. Siebold takes it away from Josh Sordahl. And the long pass into Siebold. We've got a whistle, and I believe Mike Singleton's going to be hit with the foul. That's his first. Down to 7.3 seconds to go.
You know, Coach has got to appreciate seniors who maybe don't play much, aren't starters, but stick out the whole season, despite the fact that your club ends the regular season at 1 win and 15 losses, and they still hang right there with the program.
Right, Josh Sordahl, one of them, as Seabold hits the first free throw. He now has 4. And also Mike Singleton, he's a senior. A lot of youth coming back. As this one
well, a lot of young kids in this tournament.
Right. Shot by Ewen and nearly goes from near midcourt, and that'll do it. 81-47, the Ewen-Trout Creek Panthers improved to 22-0, and they'll be moving on to Marquette. We're going to pause here, and there's going to be a tournament trophy presentation, so we'll probably have to wait for that before we get the... we'll try to get a hold of Tom Cottle right now before the presentation. So we'll pause here for 30 seconds. We'll be right back.
Center, not the CB Hedgecock Fieldhouse. That's the next step, and they get set to go with the presentation of the trophy. Tournament director
At this time, we'd like to have you direct your attention to center court, where Mr. Henry Appola, Superintendent of Maryville School, will make the presentation to the district Class D champions, the Ewen-Trout Creek Panthers. First, he will present the individual medals. Number 10, Todd Daniels. Number 11, Chris Seachy. Number 13, Adrian Sebo. Number 14, Bill Melstrom. Number 15, Chad Cottle. Number 22, Matt Nicoletti. Number 23, Jake Mackey. Number 24, Eric Warchek. Number 30, Justin Forsett. Number 20, Brad Bessinen. Number 21, Nathan Avenesian. Number 25, Aaron Franke. Number 31, Tim Lee. And number 32, Jeremy Moylan. And now accepting the District 127 Championship Trophy for Coach Tom Cottle are the senior players of the Ewen-Trout Creek Panthers. Ewen-Trout now advances to the regional round of play at Northern Michigan University.